7 Key Events in the Chrisley Family's Legal Saga. The Chrisley family saga has been a roller coaster of dramatic twists, from reality TV stardom to headline-grabbing legal battles and heartwarming reunions. Todd and Julie Chrisley captured hearts with their close-knit marriage and bustling family life before facing serious federal charges that led to their convictions for fraud and separate prison sentences. Their children, especially Savannah and Chase, fought tirelessly behind the scenes for their parents' release. The family's perseverance paid off when a presidential pardon set both Todd and Julie free, resulting in a joyful reunion that left everyone, including 12-year-old daughter Chloe, overjoyed and hopeful. Now, the Chrisleys are embracing newfound freedom, sharing their story on podcasts and social media, and making the most of their time together after years apart. This report was produced with the help of iTools, which summarized previous stories reported and written by McClatchy journalists. It was edited by journalists from Us Weekly. Chrisley knows best. 7 Key Events in the Chrisley family's legal saga. In the glittering realm of reality television, few families captivated audiences quite like the Chrisleys. Known for their quick wit, southern charm, extravagant lifestyle, and deeply rooted family ties, Todd and Julie Chrisley and their children rose to household fame with Chrisley Knows Best. But behind the scenes of designer wardrobes and million-dollar mansions, a legal firestorm brewed for years, eventually culminating in headlines no reality producer could ever script. What began as a family comedy on USA Network spiraled into a gripping real-life drama that left fans stunned. Here, we trace the 7 pivotal events in the Chrisley family's ongoing legal saga, each one a thunderclap in a storm that has yet to clear. The rise of a reality dynasty. Before scandals shook their foundation, the Chrisleys were reality royalty. Chrisley Knows Best premiered in 2014, giving the world an inside look at the life of real estate tycoon Todd Chrisley, his glamorous wife Julie, and their children, Savannah, Chase, and Grayson. Todd's sharp tongue and over-the-top parenting style made the show a breakout hit. Viewers were drawn to the family's mix of chaos and closeness, as well as their unapologetic opulence. As the show gained momentum, so did the Chrisley brand. From fashion deals to podcast appearances and spin-offs like Growing Up Chrisley, the empire grew. But amid the family's rise to stardom, rumors about financial troubles began to emerge, casting the first shadow on what appeared to be an invincible Southern dynasty. Event 1. The indictment heard round reality TV, August 2019. The facade cracked wide open in August 2019 when a federal grand jury indicted Todd and Julie Chrisley on multiple counts, including conspiracy to commit bank fraud, wire fraud, and tax evasion. The charges alleged that the couple submitted false bank statements and other financial documents to obtain millions in loans, all while failing to file timely and accurate tax returns for several years. Todd took to Instagram with an unusually somber tone, blaming a disgruntled former employee for the trouble, claiming the allegations were fabricated. Despite their public insistence on innocence, the case moved forward swiftly. Federal prosecutors painted a picture of a couple living beyond their means, manipulating the system while presenting a false image of financial perfection. Fans were left in disbelief. Could the picture-perfect Chrisley clan really be guilty of such calculated deception? Event 2. The Trial of Todd and Julie, May-June 2022. After years of speculation, the long-awaited trial began in May 2022 in Atlanta. Testimonies came in fast and hard. Prosecutors claimed the Chrisleys used forged documents to secure loans worth over $30 million and failed to pay taxes while funneling money through a production company. One of the most standing testimonies came from Mark Braddock, a former business partner and the very disgruntled employee Todd had previously referred to. Braddock admitted he once had a close relationship with Todd, both personal and professional, and detailed their alleged schemes to manipulate banks and defraud lenders. His testimony sent shockwaves across the courtroom and the internet. The defense argued that Braddock acted alone, fraudulently using the Chrisleys' name, and that Todd and Julie had no knowledge of his illegal actions. But the jury wasn't swayed. On June 7, 2022, Todd and Julie Chrisley were found guilty on all counts. The verdict was a turning point, not just for the Chrisleys, but for the reality TV world as a whole. Event 3. Sentencing Day brings harsh consequences. November 21, 2022. When sentencing day arrived, it brought no reprieve. A federal judge sentenced Todd Chrisley to 12 years in prison and Julie Chrisley to 7 years, both followed by supervised release. The sentencing was severe and symbolic, a warning to other high-profile individuals attempting to manipulate financial systems while flaunting luxury on national television. The court emphasized that the Chrisleys hadn't shown genuine remorse. Their sentencing documents noted how the couple continued living lavishly even during their trial, portraying themselves as victims rather than accountable citizens. Savannah Chrisley, already stepping into a leadership role in the absence of her parents, was photographed leaving the courthouse in tears. Public opinion was deeply divided. Some believed the sentencing was too harsh, while others argued it was just, considering the magnitude of the fraud. Event 4. Prison Life and the Chrisleys' First Words Behind Bars, 2023. In January 2023, Todd reported to Federal Prison Camp Pensacola, a minimum security facility in Florida, while Julie reported to Federal Medical Center Lexington in Kentucky. The separation devastated the couple, who had rarely spent a day apart during their marriage. Prison life proved challenging. Savannah began speaking publicly about her parents' conditions: broken air conditioning during the summer, moldy ceilings, and minimal communication. She also launched her podcast Unlocked, which became a surprising platform for revealing family updates, grievances, and spiritual reflections. In a rare prison phone call broadcast on the podcast, Todd stated, "This isn't the end of our story." Despite the dire circumstances, the family doubled down on their belief that the justice system had failed them. Fans listened in awe. The same voice that once commanded a multi-million-dollar mansion was now speaking from a prison payphone. But the Chrisleys never lost their bravado. Event 5. Julie Chrisley's emotional health battle behind bars. As the months stretched on, concern shifted toward Julie's physical and mental health. According to Savannah and insiders close to the family, Julie had lost significant weight, and her optimism had waned. In one heart-wrenching podcast moment, Savannah said, "My mom is not okay, she's breaking." Julie reportedly leaned heavily on her faith, spending most of her prison time reading devotionals, journaling, and trying to maintain some form of routine. Still, the absence of family visits and the emotional toll of being separated from Todd and her children, especially young Grayson and Chloe, was profound. Despite her own troubles, Julie remained determined not to let her prison term define her. According to insiders, she has since begun mentoring fellow inmates, creating support circles, and offering guidance to younger women facing long sentences. Event 6. The Appeals and Trump's Presidential Pardon, early 2025. After nearly a year behind bars, the Chrisleys filed a formal appeal against their convictions. Their legal team cited prosecutorial misconduct and lack of sufficient evidence, seeking a retrial or reduced sentences. The appeal wound through legal channels, gathering both momentum and national attention. But the biggest twist came in 2025, when former President Donald Trump announced his latest list of pardons. In a stunning political move that shook both Hollywood and Washington, Todd and Julie Chrisley were among those granted clemency, citing their unjust sentencing and the media's obsession with destroying American families. Trump's statement ignited a fresh firestorm of debate. The Chrisleys were released shortly after the pardon, returning to the public eye with a mix of humility and defiance. Todd issued a carefully crafted statement: "We are grateful, we are changed, but we are not defeated." The response was immediate. Critics questioned the fairness of a celebrity pardon, while supporters welcomed the couple home with open arms. Once again, the Chrisleys were at the center of a cultural flashpoint. The Chrisley's legal saga is more than a cautionary tale. It's a uniquely American narrative of ambition, fall, and reinvention. In a world where reality TV collides with real-life consequences, Todd and Julie Chrisley have become unwilling symbols of both excess and endurance. Their story raises difficult questions. Can fame protect you from the law? Should it? Is redemption possible in a world that thrives on downfall? Or are we simply addicted to watching the mighty fall and maybe rise again? In the end, the Chrisley legacy may not be defined by how high they climbed or how hard they fell, but by what they choose to build now that the dust has settled. And as cameras start rolling once more, one thing is certain: America will be watching. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, America Trends 24, and stay with us.